Alright guys, Dokkan time, and today we're going to be going over the Bardock and Gine EZA and the Broly and Paragus EZA. So for just clarity's sake while I'm recording, I am going to be calling Bardock and Gine just Bardock, and while I'm going to call Broly and Paragus just Paragus. It's just easier for me to remember that way. It's not that Gine is forgettable, it's not that Broly is forgettable, it's just easier to separate the two in my brain instead of naming 4 names all at once. So we're going to start with Bardock and Gine. So Bardock's pretty good. I like this unit quite a bit. They do have several 200% options, Gogeta, Piccolo, even Beastless Gohan is pretty usable in general. So I like their leader options. They on EZA, massively raising attack for 1 turn, raises allies, so their supporting off rotation is fantastic. They have attack and defense 122, recovers 22% HP when HP is 50% or less at the start of turn, and Ki +4 plus an additional attack and defense plus 122 if there is an ally whose name includes Goku. So you always want to have Goku ally on the team. Plus an additional attack and defense 122 when attacking if there's another bond of parent-child category ally attacking in the same turn. Probably going to happen if you have Goku on the team. Plus additional attack 122 when there is a movie boss category enemy, and then another additional Ki +4 and attack plus 122, and performs a crit when there's an enemy whose name includes Frieza. So, as per majority of Bardock units, they're usually Frieza killers. And that is kind of like what part of my build suggestion is suggesting, is that you utilize the free crit capability in his passive, and that's what you use Bardock and Gine for. Now, you don't have to do that. You can divert from that. You don't need to follow these suggestions. Personally, I'm probably only going to really bring Bardock and Gine against Frieza. But alternatively, you can multitask. You can say, let's say screw dodge and just throw on crit instead, and then give him additional because he's massively raising his attack and defense. And that's totally warranted. I'm not going to lie to you because, I mean, these numbers are good. These are some good numbers. This is good numbers for an EZA, specifically with Goku on the team. If you don't have a Goku ally, especially attacking in the same rotation, this defense can look very poor. Now, I will say, unless they're double supering, they're not going to look very good defensively. The reason there's such a huge gap on their defense from 1 to 2 supers is purely because of the attack and defense raise being 100% boost. 100% makes a huge difference, and if you're getting 40% support, you're almost hitting 2 million defense. Now, I mind you, this is with like all links going off. This is linked with a good link partner that's going to activate all of those defense links, which is not probably going to be realistic. I would say your average defense will probably be lower, especially if you're trying to keep Goku on the same rotation with them. So, double super, they look good. 1 super, they look okay. You got to realize this unit doesn't have any damage reduction, doesn't have any guard. They're just here to do a lot of damage and to support allies. They also have an active. Removes all ally status effects and raises all allies but attack by 22%. But you can only activate it when your HP is 80% or less from the start of the turn. And their link partners are generally units you probably wouldn't necessarily be bringing with them right now. Bardock's, of course, Goku, Vegeta, Tech LR right there, the GT Bomb Goku. The STR Vegito right there, Goku and Vegeta. This is the first unit on here so far I've seen that is actually meta relevant in my personal opinion. GT Bomb Duo can still be good. I feel like they can be very good still, obviously, but their usages has definitely gone down. I don't think you'll be using Broly and Paragus with them on the same team whatsoever. And then after that, yeah, it's just here and there. Oddly enough, they do share quite a few links with transforming Vegeta. Either way, I like the unit. I think you could find some good teams and maybe some good combinations with them. But yeah, primarily most people will use this unit purely for being a Frieza killer. or using the off-turn support usage with them. Otherwise, if they're only getting one super off, they are in danger of dodge or dying in current difficult content. Otherwise, I just use them for fun. But anyways, so let's move on to Broly and Paragus. So with Broly and Paragus, I have issues with them. Now, they're not that bad. I will say that. They are not that bad. They're not as bad as I'm going to be a little negative on them, but defensively wise, they can be very nice. They can be very good. With 6 super attack effects, post super, they can hit 840k. That's pretty good. That's pretty good if you ask me. You know, start a turn defense is lacking excessively, but with 6 super attack effects, you know, if they triple super turn 1, triple super turn 3, by turn 5, they'll be looking decent-ish. And I'll be saying they're looking decent-ish because if we go look at their passive, attack and defense, 150, high chance of launching additional super. Cool. When performing a super attack. Reduce damage received by 26% within the same turn with each super attack performed. That is nutty, my dudes. This is primarily why you kind of want to go for an additional build with them. You want them to super. Pure Saiyans or joined forces, category allies, key +3, attack and defense, 50%. And then key +3 plus an additional attack 180 and high chance of launching an additional super when there is a Pure Saiyan or Superheroes category enemy. So if you didn't notice, we've been getting a lot of content with Pure Saiyans, with Superheroes, with Blue Zone. All of these things matter. All of these things have been nice. The thing is not every fight or boss in the game does have this. So if you're not fighting a superhero or a Pure Saiyan enemy, you're losing out on a chunk of this unit's passive, and you go from having the potential to having your standard SA, the second SA right here, the third SA right here, and the fourth from your hidden potential, quad supering to triple supering potential. And I'm sorry, but in my personal experience, a 50% chance to additional super in the passive is very hit or miss. I mean, it's a coin flip. It's a coin flip, you know. You could have a good rotation. You could have a good turn where you actually triple super, quad super even, if you're lucky from the hidden potential. But then you could be having turns where you just get one super off and it's all normals. And I cannot express enough that 26% damage reduction doesn't feel like a lot. 52% damage reduction feels like something. And at that point, that's when they're pretty solid. So they just stack defense on super, by the way, and they lower attack. So that's good. That's pretty good. I have issues with the fact that they only have one 200% leader, being this Goku Vegeta right here. I think that is the case for them all around. Let me double check that on JP over here. Yeah, even on JP, they only have one 200% leader, and that's just this Goku and Vegeta. So even with looking at this right here, this is considered on a 200% team. So just remember that. You will not get these numbers unless you're running Goku and Vegeta as their leader. You're not going to get these numbers. So just keep that in mind. Be very wary of it. This will not happen, more than likely. You can throw them on a 170 team for Pure Saiyans. But this is the thing right here that I don't like about this unit. 2 categories and that's it. Absolutely disgusting. Travesty, just ridiculous. There's no reason to not give them something else. As far as Pure Saiyan leaders go, I mean, you got God Goku and Super Vegeta, and that is it at the time of writing. And Joint Forces goes, I mean, most people don't rock Joint Forces as a leader. You can use the Goku Vegeta, but I mean, we don't have any meta relevantness here in order to like really push forward into serious fights. You could potentially rock Blue, Evo, Kaioken, EZA, but that is as far as I would push that. So overall, their team options are pretty low. I will say. And that's pretty disappointing, because this is a good unit. This is a good unit. But you really got to get those additionals off. You really got to make sure you're constantly having the damage reduction up, or you just need them to dodge and support, and then hopefully get those additional supers off to be able to tank whenever an attack is coming in at them. So anyways, guys, let me know what you decided to do with the builds for both Broly and Paragus, and Bardock and Gine. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good day and a good night.